Hi, I'm JOGB and welcome to Jo on the Go.
You better hurry up because I get car sick.
Do you really?
Yes.
Oh Jesus, okay.
Come on.
Okay, oh my God. Okay, here I am today, very excited because I'm with Caroline Barnes, makeup artist, expert extraordinaire, who I've known for so many years. Celebrities love her, beauty journalists love her, influencers love her.
Thanks, Jo.
Everybody
Just keep on going.
loves
I'm just going to sit here and
her.
relax, look out the window.
So you
My
should-
head swells.
So check out her Speed Beauty YouTube account. And it's on.
It's not so speedy anymore. I wanted to do little...
Because obviously longer, haven't they?
Yeah. Because
Facial
obviously
lasing.
my
I watched that one.
experience was always doing little anecdote tips for you guys
Yeah.
editorially.
Yeah.
So I'd get to sort of say what I wanted in like 4 lines. Barnes says, blah,
Yeah.
and I'd get that moment. So I was always quite trained by you, beauty journalists, initially to kind of
Trained you.
come and get out with those sound bites.
Yeah.
So
Get
I
it out,
started
Barnes.
doing it just for like 1 minute.
Bullet points, Barnes.
Get to the point. and I do like to get to the point because I don't like all the blah blah blah. I just want to get the information. So it started as really quick ones, and I thought that would be quite different, you know. But actually, it's just easier, and people, especially on YouTube, like the whole process of it. I don't particularly enjoy painting my face particularly, but it gets the education across. How to do your blush or how to do your eyebrows or whatever it might be. But
This is a lovely thing.
I try and do quick things, and if I do quick things, they're like, oh, that's a bit short this week, so you can't win. But anyway,
You can't win.
that's not really off-brand.
Yeah.
Whereas you are very on-brand, Jo, because you are greens and greys of different tones. Yes, celebrating the candle.
You are cute. Just in case you
are.
don't know, there's one.
Very nice, very
Keep that
pure.
bit in.
No
Keep that bit
paraffin
in.
in her house.
Oh, you're gorgeous. No, there isn't. Exactly. There we go. Right. What do you think for spring is the best update?
Well, I think in spring we all start embracing colour. So we've kind of gone for those kind of rich, sparkly, deep, luxurious colours from party season. Then we go into sort of like bland January, although I'll try and make my cheeks look a little bit pinker and a little bit more healthy because I'm quite grey, I'm very pale. And I think when we come into spring, as the daffodils pop their heads up, colour comes to mind, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So it's the soft pinks and the soft lilacs, and it's just playing maybe with those little nudie tones, and then that very subtle sort of first few days of sun, that sort of gentle sun kiss, so it's not too orangey and it's not too brown, but just that sort of caramel skin with just a touch of colour. And I think when you use a bit of pale pink or lilac, it just adds a little bit of femininity to your makeup. And the textures and colours in so many of the eyeshadows now, especially even like the very gentle holographic colours that you may think, and I'm not going to wear that, but they're so translucent and delicate that they just add a delicacy to the makeup. It doesn't need to be a transformative product. You may be the only one that just sort of sees it, but it just kind of adds a little bit of I don't know, newness to your look, doesn't it? So you just enjoy it. Because for me, makeup is all about enjoyment and just kind of like
Feel
good factor. Yes.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about this yesterday actually. That I was going to my sister's and I'd been for a run. That's a new thing, won't last very long. But anyway, I did go for a run, and I thought, oh, I really can't bother to put my makeup on because it's like 3 PM. But taking it off in a few hours. And I thought, I have to put my makeup on, and I realised I have to put makeup on. Like, if I was going around town now and going to Sainsbury's and whatever, I wouldn't bother, and then I feel invisible because I feel like I have no features. But I feel like it's rude not to put makeup on. I'm going completely off question now. But
rude not to put makeup on.
I feel like
I've
I'm
been like that before.
Yes.
Like it's an insult to you, madam, that I'm
Like
not
I haven't
wearing any
bothered.
makeup. Like I haven't bothered.
like I haven't
I've
ironed
made
my
an effort for you.
Like I haven't ironed my clothes, but then I don't iron them anywhere. Hang them carefully,
I hang
or
them.
polish shoes, or
Or I
just.
turn the kettle on and dangle.
Oh, that's a good
Oh,
tip.
it's very good. Because pink is big for.
Well, pink is
for
health, pink
springtime.
is freshness, pink
Yeah.
kind of, gives that lovely sort of hue of freshness, doesn't it? And a nice cool pink will also bring out the whites of your eyes and teeth. Anything with too much brown, anything is too warm, doesn't, has the opposite effect, but a really lovely bright light. I've got it actually in here, I think.
Get it out.
My lipstick queen.
So you carry
Frog
these around with
Princess.
you all the time?
So this would be my emergency day kit. So I love this. Frog Princess cream blush. So it's the green
lipstick
one.
queen.
Do you want to try?
I know that.
So it's the
I know
green,
this
and then
one.
it just goes to a really, really lovely sort of cool pinky raspberry tone, and I put that on my lips and cheek.
And doesn't the tone change? It's lipstick queen, isn't it?
Yes.
Doesn't it change depending on your skin
Heat
pH?
and the pH.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. But even on quite a warm skin tone, it does really come up.
So have you ever found anybody it didn't work on?
No, not particularly. I wouldn't necessarily use this for my job.
Right.
Because it's very sheer.
Yeah.
So there's different products that I would use for me on the go.
Yeah.
And
about.
for me working, because obviously I'm usually working with quite strong lights. So that would be sort of just pointless putting that on.
Yeah.
Because it just is very, very natural,
yeah.
very, very sheer. So that's another thing we should chat about, actually, products that are great for life and products that are great for industry.
I was just going to say, because I'm always like thinking, oh, do you wear any makeup? Like, yes, I do. And there's that thing of real life makeup that just makes you feel good. So it should be your own perception necessarily. But then when you're caught on the camera, it's like, oh my God, I know I look like I don't wear any eye makeup but actually, when you're of a certain age, you do want to pare back a bit because...
Yes, but you also need to boost the structure of your face because as you get older, the eyebrows go slightly lighter, maybe your eyelashes go slightly thinner, or you know, everything starts to disappear slightly.
Yeah. So at what age do you think you stop decorating your face and start scaffolding it again?
I'd say sort of post late 30s, I'd say.
30s, yeah.
Everyone's different. And some people refuse to decorate their face because they want to be seen as they were when they were 21. So they've got the time and effort to do that, and if they don't have a kid, 2 kids, then that's easy, isn't it?
Yeah.
But just as you start to lose the sort of collagen in your face and everything isn't as plump and as bouncy as it used to be, I think then
Unlike
that's when
cab.
you need to be... then that's when you need to do that, when you just feel that, you know, your face isn't as sharp as it used to be, your features aren't as sharp.
And
Or
so,
gravity takes hold.
Yeah. What are your favourite ways to boost the sculpture, like the cheekbones, anti-gravity tips?
So it is a little bit about contouring and removing the darkness. That's the first thing you have to do. So you're always going to be dark in between the corners of your eyes here
Always.
and underneath, always, everyone. So using a great concealer for that. Maybe also around here as well.
Yeah.
And bringing the fullness back into your cheeks, so that if you are quite angular in your face, then you need to kind of soften it a little bit and kind of make the apples of your cheeks rounder. Whereas if you're more rounder face, then you sort of need to add a little bit more of an angle to your blusher. So it's looking at your face and being sort of diagnostic about it to go, right, now what is going to suit me best. Brows play a big part. There are so many great brow products. I've got a couple in here that I want to share with you as well. And then the shape of your lip.
Get them out.
Well, this, actually, a friend of mine who helped me found, and it's from a company called Soap and Glory.
I know.
Who I use a few of their lip products. I've dabbled, but I haven't been hugely...
I know what it is.
Archery. Oh, it is Archery. Yes, it is. It's Archery with the tint on the back. And I started using it for my ladies that were coming through chemo. The lid is in there, by the way. It's double-ended, and the ink on this is really, really lovely. And I went out and bought loads. There were a few on Instagram, Tat Brow, which actually comes from China, which is a great delivery system, but they're very orangey, the colours. All of them,
Yeah,
all of them.
it's all
They were
about
dreadful,
the
it's
colours,
really
isn't it?
dark. So that's a shame about that. And then on the other end, it's got a kohl pencil. So if you're very, very, you've got very fine hairs or light hairs, you can build in a lovely shape with that. It lasts all day, it doesn't dissolve onto the skin, which some kohl pencils can, especially if your skin is greasy. It's just a great pen. So yeah, brow. So that's a real, if you are brow shy or brow scared, this is a great, great product to use.
And what makes, so when you referred to your Chemo Lady, tell me about that.
Well, when I was doing lots of celebrity, I felt I needed a little bit of balance. Very, very privileged situation to go to the most beautiful hotels, you travel the world, you work with incredible people, but I just wanted to just give something back. So I found out about this charity that was in London, Look Good, Feel Better.
Yeah.
And I went to work at 2 cancer hospitals, which is the Haven and, what's the one on Fulham Road? Marsden. And so I had to learn how to do it, and I was terrified the first time. It was, you have about 20 people in all sorts of stages of cancer. And then you just help them through this 12-step program, just showing them how to cleanse, tone, moisturise their skin properly. I mean, that's quite basic now. And how to paint their face when they don't have any eyebrows, teach them how to define their eyes, they've got lashes. But I felt very nervous. At that point in my life, I hadn't lost anyone to cancer. Now I've lost a truckload.
Right.
So I'm more au fait with the language. But this was way back when. This is probably like 15, 17 years ago.
You were using it.
And then I had my kids, and it was much more difficult to then work out my freelance work and working for the charity and being a mum. So I then got involved with them on a PR aspect. So I started doing PR with them and helping them, and then carried on doing the campaigns and some online tutorials and things like that, because it's empowering. So that's a lovely side of my business too.
Do you think beauty matters?
Confidence matters, because I've worked with the most beautiful women in the world, and unfortunately I've witnessed a lot of people who aren't able to see their own beauty. And I was shocked. I literally I couldn't rest for a few days after a particular incident that happened. I was like, how can that poor girl not see what she looks like in the mirror? It's facial dysmorphia. Yeah. You are the most beautiful woman I've ever come across. You are perfect in every way that I would see. Skin, hair, nails, eyes, teeth, smile. You know, the list went on. Genetically blessed. And yet, you don't see any of that. What a shame. What a waste.
Yeah.
So I've learned
to live a life feeling so down about yourself.
And then there was me, you know, pockmarked, spotty, acne for 15 years, just like trying to do my best.
Utterly
of myself.
gorgeous.
No, I've got better as I've got older because I'm not covered in spots, but that just ruined
confidence.
my 20s. Do you know what I mean? It was just the way that it was, and I was very happy to be backstage, very happy to be a makeup artist, and I was working with some very dear people who didn't mind that I rocked up with a pustule face. But, you know, but that was a killer for me, and luckily my husband's amazing, and he's always boosted me and being my biggest fan. So I've tried and I've dug deep to go, okay, just try and be me, try and be me, try and be me, try and be me. Yeah. And seeing that has helped me because I think actually, why would I want to look like that or have hair like that if actually that's not going to be the key to my personal happiness?
How did you find that strength of character? Did you do anything in particular?
In my 30s, so 20s was a difficult time for me. I worked really, really hard. I accepted every job that came my way. I was quite exhausted, but loving it. And, you know, going on a train, I didn't know where I was going to. Do you know what I mean? And then obviously heartbreak and love and all that kind of stuff, and bad skin and not knowing all those things. And then in my 30s, I had 3 children, and I lost 3 dear friends who were very young. Different scenarios. And that changed me as a person, as a human being, because to have so much love and then to lose so much as well is quite tough. Now I realise that going through that hardship actually has really helped me as a person to appreciate what I have. Yeah. So whenever I have a birthday, I'm always 46 years young, never old, because my friend only got to 34. So I don't care how many lines, wrinkles, you know, dodgy knees or whatever I've got, bingo wings, you know, I've got them so I can celebrate them. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So that has helped in a weird way. So positive things out of bad things. So, and I just think it's sink or swim, isn't it?
Yeah. Confidence tricks. What's your best way to cover up lack of sleep?
Which I'm a terrible insomniac, so that I'm good at that. Yeah,
I didn't know.
So
that.
lots of hydration. Lack of sleep means your body just feels very, very depleted. So I would always use a serum, then a moisturiser, and then an oil.
Right.
If I'm tired, my skin just feels like it's hanging off my bones. So, and then I'll put my foundation on, and then I'll always take an oil with me. And this one I thought is great for Joe on the go, which is what I've got in my handbag normally, is VOTARY have it
I
in.
love VOTARY.
Yes, but they have it.
Is that the
like
seed oil?
Just the intense eye oil.
Intense oil.
But it gives you. I think when I'm tired, my skin obviously feels very parched, but I've got dry skin, but it's worse. And then I just sort of tap that in, so it makes me feel a bit more illuminated.
Yes. And it's interesting, isn't it? Because when you feel tired, it's around our eyes that we will notice it the most.
Yes.
Because we'll be almost holding our eyes in that kind of cold, but like a sort of like exhausted way.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I'll always put a little bit of a lip on. In fact, I don't have it. It's a Max Factor one. It's called Pink Brandy. I've worn it for years. It's sort of like a warm corally colour, and it's a distraction method. So I'll put it on. It's like there's no point just trying to do a smoky eye because I'm just going to water it off if I feel like that. So I'll put that on, soften it a little bit, and then put a little bit on my cheeks just to kind of lift my pale pallor.
Okay. And yoga skin is a big trend.
You know, what do you mean by that?
Darling.
I'm really out of date, sorry. I love yoga. I love it. I'm not that
yoga
great,
skin is the trend for February 19.
Well, that
I'm
makes-
so sorry I've even said that because those words never come out
but
of
this
these
means
lips.
I look like a beetroot if I'm doing yoga.
No, oh no. Okay, well then
That's my yoga
your,
skin.
It's your skin before you've done the yoga in that case. No,
Right.
You look like it's highlighter, it's shimmer, it's that kind of glowy, natural goodness. It's that beautiful nude. You look like you've got no makeup on, but actually you've got a shed load on in order to create that effortless face, and you're only wearing the yoga gear. You haven't done it because otherwise you would be bright pink.
But I suppose the yoga encapsulates the sort of mental health
Yes.
and the physical well-being.
Yes.
On
I
that
was born
note-
this way. Look. Yeah.
Should we sing it?
No more pressure. How does it start?
Oh no, I'm tone
No,
deaf.
no. How does it go?
No, I'm not doing that. Sorry.
Born USA.
You can sing. No, I was born this way. Lady Gaga, come on.
Lady, how's it go?
Anyway, have you tried this?
See, my memory's so bad.
Have you
Is
tried
that
this?
Clinique? Yes, but I had an awful colour given to me, so I couldn't wear it.
There's only 4. It's
Skin fit.
amazing for menopausal skin.
Oh! She's staring at me again.
No. But it's a workout makeup. But again, I did it for my chemo girls because obviously the hot sweats.
Yes.
And it just stays on. It's a little bit more of like an advanced MAC face and body. You ever use that foundation?
Yeah,
A lot of artists in the industry use that, and it's a great base, and it sort of creates this sort of web. It's tricky to apply. It sort of gets a bit tacky, and then when it dries, it creates this lovely sort of translucent finish on your skin. And this is so lovely. You would love it with the right colour, because SPF 40.
Yeah.
And your skin's so good, you just need light and just a little bit of perfection. You don't need
pretty
coverage.
sure that the palest one was too dark for me, but I think they're part of the thing.
palest one was too dark.
Yeah, because the thing is, I'm pretty non-existent.
Right. Yeah, but you're warm
as
on
a
your
colour.
face because you're freckles.
Yes, it's still too dark for me, because I think a part of the Clinique Fit thing was that you look quite outdoorsy, so it was more of a glow. Because 4 colours is nothing, is it?
No, shame, because it's a really
a lot of
great,
people aren't going to find one that matches theirs.
No, exactly.
But no, I think the texture was really fab.
That's the only thing I can add to yoga skin.
Okay. Well, right now you've got this gorgeous dew from your oil, so there we go.
Oh, am I dewy now? Not oily. That's
dewy.
good. I just thought, what do I look like?
I love it. Ooh. Right. How to cover puffiness after late night. Oh, I know. That oil. But one of...
Am I like a ventriloquist now?
But
She answered the question.
no, that's true.
Who asks questions and then answer them for you?
Me.
I just sit here and smile.
Caroline, how would you resolve puffiness, darling?
So drainage, massage drainage, and cooling metals that you have, like the eye rollers. I've got a Sicily one, but I know lots of different brands do them, and you can roller it around your eyes. Also, one little good trick that I learned when I was having around with my husband and I was crying my eyes out. I was at 4 a.m. I was like, oh no, I look like a frog. What am I going to do in the morning? I've got a big job. I'm meant to look nice. And I put loads of hyaluronic on, just hyaluronic. I thought, oh, anything, just like what's in my little cabinet. Put that on, and then bing, woke up like a princess.
Ooh.
Literally, the hyaluronic had just absorbed all the moisture, because that's what it does, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then hydrated my skin, but there was no excess fluid.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know. I was quite.
I need to that one.
Yeah.
So working with models and celebrities still, and making them look the best version of themselves. Do you find with social media influence now that they are less confident? Would you say?
It depends on the individual. Some of them embrace social media in a very different kind of natural way. Some post pictures constantly. Some aren't even on Instagram.
Yeah.
They're much more aware now, because I mean the BAFTA sort of 10 years ago, I mean the poor girls had to go in their own little frocks and do their own hair and makeup, and that's only sort of 10 years ago. Now they've got people to help get them dressed and makeup companies to help put makeup on their face, and they're obviously more aware because there are more pictures around. You'd just be lucky if you could like run to the newsagents and you might have, you know, a picture in the Daily Mirror, do you know what I mean? Or I'd like look at the Evening Standard and go, oh God, has my actress got in there? And you've been, oh, no, just that one, just Kate Blanchett, or you know. So now everyone's got exposure through Getty Images, and everyone can look on Getty and post their own pictures, and you know it's out there. So yes, you do want to make sure, or actresses want to make sure that they're getting themselves right for whom they see themselves as, because obviously they're always playing characters, so they want, this is who I am. So you work together to kind of create a look that works for them.
Hang on, we're just ending the other one.
Oh, we're finishing.
That's what I'm doing. And then we...
I'm on the go. Come on. I'm not going back. Oh, bye. Sorry. Thank you, darling.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share the love. And do visit my lifestyle website, jogbliving.com, where you'll find our candles and blog and more exciting things to come. The link is below.